Your senses have imprisoned you, and I'm going to share with you why they have, why they're holding you back, and how we break free of these chains of the five senses. Because there are way more senses than that. There's actually a never-ending list of senses because you choose what is a sense. All it is an ability. That's truly all a sense is you're able to bring something into your being and experience it in some way. You've been taught that five senses, though, are the prominent ones that you need to focus on. And doing that has locked you into reality, thinking that this is real when you don't even know what real means. You were taught what real is. So if you were taught what real is, how could you ever come to any type of observation that what you are experiencing is something else? You first have to eliminate the idea that what you are experiencing is real. Because real is real. All is everything. Real is to bring everything back to you for you to experience, because it's your subconscious. That is really what reality is. And your senses are keeping you locked into the idea that is not that, because you're operating through primarily your eyes, because your eyes have been so adulterated at this point with all these screens and flickering lights all over the place that you're losing sanity. You're going insane, quite literally, because of the flickering lights. These screens flicker a ridiculous amount per second, and it only gets more obtrusive the higher the resolution goes, because that's more pixels that are flickering potentially, more changing going on that your body, your mind now has to process and do something with. It's overload. You're being overloaded in your vision. That's number one, how your senses are locking you in. But in a holistic sense, they all are, because you've been taught that these senses exist in reality when they do not. They exist outside of reality. They're nothing more than portals to bring in energy and to pull out energy. It's for you to feel something. That's truly what it is, because all these senses go back to a feeling. The same way that you can have a feeling when you see your child take their first step, you have a feeling. That's a sense. It's a sense of enjoyment, of accomplishment. That's a sense. It's a feeling. And then you can accentuate that in some way to how you want to explain it, which is all a sense is. You're explaining how you feel. And with how we've been shown how to use our touch, smell, taste, vision, our sight, and which one did I miss? Touch, smell, taste, vision, and hearing. Can you hear me? That's the one I missed. Because I wanted to make sure that you could actually, that you're listening. You probably already knew which one I missed. I didn't. Because I ain't the one listening. I'm talking. You use these senses purely in a way to lock you into your reality, because this is how you actually move through your environment. Instead of you using them to move your mind into a whole different environment, you use them to move methodically into the world that you have been shown in reality with how it operates. The story you've been told is a lie, because a lie is a story. I just did a video on that. Go check it out. It will explain to you why you must tell a lie to yourself of what you want to experience, which is just the story of your life. And the story that you have taken on is that your senses are what moves you in this world, when it's truly not. It's your I was gonna say mind, and then I was gonna say imagination, so I started saying both at the same time. It's your imagination and your mental focus that does. It's your consciousness and what you are bringing into your subconscious. That is what moves you truly. That is what brings all of this into effect. Our senses here are more of navigational markers so that we know where we stand within our mind. We should be using them in a holistic sense. In synesthesia, where we cross them all together and we can actually hear what we're seeing. We can taste what we hear and then we see it. We can bring all of these things in a cross relationship because it's all truly just a frequency. And when we can get to the true heart and tone of that frequency, we can feel it in all ways. So we can actually feel it through all different senses, even more than the 5. And this is basically to come at existence from the opposite side. Because right now you're going at it head on. And when you try to go at something head on, eventually you're gonna get worn out. Because that's not how things are actually occurring. It's coming from the other way and it's flowing back. You are the projector. You're shooting this all out from your eyes. I'm gonna do a whole video on that specifically. And the theater. So if you are locked into your senses, what you need to do is stop using them so much. They're overstimulated. You're using your senses too much and you've got locked into what they are giving you being what actually creates what you are, which there's not. You created the senses don't create you. A sensor is something that tells you something, that's all it is. That's what a sense is, it's telling you something. Whether it's for you to utilize within yourself or for you to utilize around in your environment. So when we are looking to take control of our senses, we must stop overstimulating them. The best way to do this is to get out of nature. Go out into a forest, go to the beach where there's not overpopulation, where you can be alone with your family, with some close friends maybe. Mostly alone, because most people ain't going to be on the same wavelength that you're on currently. There's a reason that you're watching this video and they probably aren't. They probably don't agree with the craziness as they would see it that you are talking about. Yet truly the crazy one is them because they keep doing the same thing. You're doing something different. You're seeing how things operate in a different way because not everything is so hard and physical. We know this. We know that things come from energy. It's energy informed with a frequency. That is how all of this comes into effect. This is known in so many different forms of industry. This can be proven. You can prove this upon yourself through your own mind, spirit, and body by just being in nature. You can see it. Nature will show you. Water will show you. The rivers will show you. The sun will show you. The moon will show you. The stars will show you. Everything brings you back to the same core concept. And when you know that, you can bring yourself down from the overstimulation and ground it all out. This is why you go into nature. Bring all the electrical charge, just bring it into the earth. Let it go. Put your hands in the soil. Put your feet in the soil. Let it all go. Stay there. Be still. And do this routinely so that your mind becomes attuned with nature. Because when you become attuned with nature, you start to realize the things that are going on here, it is not how you are being shown. Your senses are not what you are shown they are. They are nothing more than a few notes on an instrument. And you have way more senses than just 5. We can count 9 holes right now. And I guarantee you're using every one of them in one way, shape, or form because this is how energy is getting in and out of our portals of our body and moving through us. This is how we move. It's through these holes, these portals. Then what are your organs? Why are they called organs? They're instruments. They're organic instruments. They create frequencies, because that's what an instrument does. It creates a tone or a frequency. What is a tone? It's a noise or a sound that is sustained to a specific frequency. And your organs are doing this. They're all harmonizing together. This is why you must be balanced and grounded if you want your senses to properly function. It all comes together with your organs. Because each organ is tied to specific frequency that it aligns with. And when you can get it all playing together, this is when you really see it. This is when you can actually see what is occurring, because now you're fully aligned with nature. Now your body is back to the actual correct erectness that it was in when you first came into this environment. You got poisoned. Your body got harmed. The vessel that you're operating in is operating at a fraction of its full capacity. It's as if you haven't changed your oil in your body ever, and you're still riding around in that same automobile 50,000 miles later. That's how resilient the body is, though, because it is always repairing itself. It's an autonomous machine. It repairs itself. We just need to get out the way from it. And this is why it's so important to clean it out, to clean the organs, to do different cleanses so that you can clean out the organs, clean out the brain, clean your skin. This is an organ. Go in the sun, because the sun's going to penetrate and permeate the entire vessel and clean it all. That's what the sun does. It cleans, it cleanses. That's why it burns some people sometimes, because of what's in the body. It's burning off impurities. It's good for you. It's healthy. It is doing what it is supposed to do. It's just that you may be in a state that is so one way that it's actually going to seem as if it's harming you when it's truly cleansing you in a very quick manner. As with anything that is going to create health, if you overdo it in a short period of time, it's going to churn up the bottom of the river, and you're going to get a bunch of dirty soil flowing through it. But just let it go, because it's all going to wash out, it'll wash away. You just have to have patience and not try to overdo it in those moments, because you're going to then cause actual damage potentially that you're going to have a harder time coming back from, because you're trying to operate a machine while it's in a cleaning process. You can't do both. One or the other. One or the other. And this will clean out your organs so that you can properly use your senses as well. It'll stop overstimulating them, because there are things that are utilizing your organs in ways that are manipulating you and your senses and telling you that you want certain things in your senses, when truly it's not what you want, it's what they want or it wants, which I won't get into that here. Those cicadas getting loud. It's time to go sit with them. Go out in nature, go listen to the cicadas, they are beautiful. They will teleport you wherever you choose to go. Have a good day, everyone. Smile. Smile.